Honestly, I really like the energy in the room, to be honest with you. That's one of the beautiful things about spending time with, I wouldn't want to say young people because I want to see myself as a young person. I've been in places where people that are older than me will say young people. It's, to be honest, a compliment. Being young is a compliment. I think being young is a mindset. He said something, okay, I think the video we watched, that leadership is a mindset. That's tough. I really like that. Being young is a mindset. I've seen an 80-year-old model. A man is Chinese and is a model, 80 years old. If you see the way the guy carries himself. So youthfulness is a mindset. I've seen people that I'm older than, but if you start by the side, you'll be thinking probably they're like 15 years older. So sometimes some people it's old age. You just say any little thing, old age. You ask them how old are you? You'll be shocked that they are just 40. Like old age? No, that's not a thing. You ready? Thank you, sir. So my name is Victor Akunna. I've been saddled with the responsibility of discussing something quite interesting. I'm sure you will have seen my slide. And some people are like, okay. Don't worry, I'm going to be letting the cat out of the bag. I was giving this, myself and my amazing wife, her name is Chidi. She's there at the back. Give the Lord a wife. Alright, so we do this together. Our ministry is called Foundation for Family Affairs. Oh, I like that way of, I'm going to learn a lot of things here. You see, I like being here. Fantastic. So we run a ministry called Foundation for Family Affairs. And the goal of this ministry is simple. When you say ministry, it means service. It's not one gym name like ministry. It means service. We're serving our community by talking about love, talking about relationship, talking about marriage. And our vision is very simple. Our vision is to connect hearts, help people to connect hearts, and to raise healthy families. Why is this important? At the moment, I lecture in a university, but before then, the job I used to do, I used to teach in high schools. Yes, I used to teach in high schools. And when I was in high school, one thing I realized that the people who had, so you enter some classes, just one child will be disrupting the learning of almost everybody. And by the time you get to find out that the child is going through some experiences at home. The parents are fighting and they are looking for an expression to let it out. So one child can disrupt the learning of 25 pupils. And you are trying to dig that one. Some other people are throwing something here. But family is so fundamental. When we get it right at the foundation, at the family level, the society will be fixed. I'm telling you, because that's the smallest unit of any society. They teach us in biology, the nucleus is the smallest element, right? That's how family is. Once the cell is not in place, the whole body will begin to, we talk about tissue, talk about other systems in the body. That's why family is so important. Now, we're at that phase in our life, most of us here, where we are thinking, okay, now I've graduated, I'm beginning to think about, we are beginning to think about who will be Mr. Right and who will be Mrs. Right. How do I make that call? How do I make the right call? How do I know that this person is God's mind for me? How do I know that when this person walks in, my parents will be like, wow. Because there are many things you have to put into consideration. Yeah, don't worry, I know them. You'll be thinking, you have this question in your mind. I like this guy. He's whispering to my ear, he's doing swish. I don't know if he really means what he's saying, because guys, we have the verbatim. You can rap a lady to the point that all she's thinking about is you. I'm telling you. See, ladies are usually motivated or inspired by what they hear, while guys are often inspired by what they see. I'm telling you. So you will see a guy that is not so, but he has the lyrics. If she makes the mistake to listen once, twice, 3 times, she's gone. I'm telling you. So, I remember when I was much younger, we used to go and learn language. We used to go and, it's a skill, you have to develop it. You have to groom it. It's a skill. Why? Because the moment she listens to you, At first, be like, what is it? Don't worry. The moment you capture her heart, that's the rest. She will listen, she will pay attention. Because she's a human being too. She just wants to be sure that she's making the right call. It's not that she's being aggressive. She doesn't want to say yes to everybody. Nobody says yes to everybody. I mean, even for you to go to school, it's not every school you want to apply. That's the kind of school you want to go to. So people have choices. So a lady has been raised, her parents have been packed into her life, she's gone to school, they've invested, she won't just want to end up with anybody. She wants to end up with the kind of guy that when they walk into a party, like, is that your guy? Yeah. And the same thing around. When the guy walks in, is that your lady? Yeah. You know, they'll be like, man, this guy took his eyes to the market. He did not close his eyes when he was shopping. And it's not just about the beauty I'm talking about. Are we all together? Yes, I think this is getting interesting. I like the vibe. You know, it's not just about the beauty. The face or the exterior is very important, but on the long haul is the internal quality that really endures. I'm telling you. When you get married, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you think in your head, my wife is fine. That's not what you think about. I'm telling you, what you think about is that, do I enjoy this person's company? When there is a problem on ground, can I really bounce ideas and she will make contributions? It's the cerebral level that counts at a certain level. The quality of the individual. I'm telling you, you know, once in a while you remember my wife is fine, but that's not what you'll be thinking about. How many of you are thinking my mom is fine? Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying your mom is not fine. I'm saying your mom, what you are thinking is the investment your mom or your dad makes in your life. That's what you think about. That's what you remember. You see, those are the memories you cherish when the chips are down. Now, how do we make that call to make sure that we're making the right? There are many options. Especially if you've invested into your life, you're going to be attracting a lot of people. This place is very, tidy, but if I put like honey or sugar here, you see after a while ants will come out. Why? That's what they're looking for. There is something that you are looking for. Some of you have not defined it. You don't know it yet, but if you see it, you will recognize it. That's why we recommend lists, having a list. We're going to be talking about that. You need to have a list so that when you see what you're looking for, once you know what you're looking for, it's easy. The word recognition, if you break it into two, in other words, something happening again, cognition, mental, alright? If you are recognizing something, it means you've seen it before. Is that correct? See, I recognize her means you've seen her before. So if you recognize what you're looking for, it means that there is a list in your head, something that you are using to measure. Very critical. So some people will say, I don't have a list, as a spirit led. As a spirit led, don't let spirit only. You have to create the balance because Jesus Christ is the wisdom and the power of God. There is the wisdom part of what I'm going to be talking about, and there is the power part, which is favor, praying, and God leading you in the right path. Praise God. Amen. So I'm just going to run down. So one of the key things we'd like to talk about today is more understanding relationships. Relationships are so powerful. Where you are today is a function of the relationships in your life. Where you'll be in the next 5 years is a function of the people that you listen to, you spend time with. There's a man by the name Charles Jones. He said, where you'll be in the next 5 years is a function of the books you read and the people you interact with. Guess what? The people that influence your thinking influence your future. If you want to check the people you spend most of your time with, 5 of them or 7 of them, alright, if you check their their income and monthly income, you find out that yours is not so different from theirs. You will be within that boundary. It may not be exact, you'll be within that boundary. That's why, and the Bible puts it this way, that evil communication corrupts good manners. Another way is guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it are the forces of life. Because anybody that influences your thinking influences your future, your life. Alright? That's why it's very, very important you choose. Sometimes parents say, I don't want you to bring people home. Sometimes I recommend bring them home. Let me see the message she's even listening to. The moment I see you have more kinds to school, I'm like, you just say, No, that guy is good, but your child knows what the meaning of but. Because once they come close, you can now prove, you can now check. Okay, so positioning yourself as a lady, how do you position yourself? How do you position yourself to be found by the right guy? There has to be some positioning in branding. Let me ask you a question. Mention 5 luxurious cars. Brand. Tesla, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche. Okay, so let me explain something. Okay. Let me explain something. Do you know why you think about those brands? Because they position themselves in your mind as luxurious. Positioning has to happen. When the time to make a decision comes, that who do I want to marry, you will not remember one spirit, one place. You remember the person close to you that makes you laugh, that you enjoy the person's company. That's what you remember. People always marry from those who are close to them. We are now in a different age. Not in those days, they go and import one wife for you. Say, this your wife? Like this? No. They just, you wake up, some consciously do it. They just bring one lady and just say, like, that's your wife. How? And you people start looking at each other like things have progressed from that. You guys are living in a better time now. So we talk about case study, yeah? Somebody say, So what's the definition of relationship? According to the Oxford Dictionary, it says the state of being connected by blood or by marriage. Another definition says the way in which 2 or more people or groups regard and behave towards each other. I like to emphasize this by saying relationship means interaction between 2 people and how this influences their future. Anybody you marry will determine your future, your financial future. I'm telling you, there are some people that, I'm not scaring you, but it's just the truth. Because once you get married, you are legally connected to that person. The person's financial habit can influence your credit score. Do you know that? Yeah. If the person is a gambler, it will impact your credit worthiness. They will know because you are tied to that. Now, it doesn't mean that when you get married now, you'll not be holding your money like this man, you are rich. No, that's not it. The thing starts from making the right choice, and that's what I want to talk about. So, first thing first, where do we start from? Number 1 is understanding yourself. Who is the person I want to marry? Who is the person that will be getting married? Who is she? Who is he? What does he like? What does he fancy? What are the core values? What is your purpose? Miles Monroe used to say something that when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. If you don't know your purpose in life, you will end up in the wrong direction. You will abuse yourself. What is abuse? Abnormal use of something. If I use this to hit a nail in, I'm abusing it. I'm using it for the wrong reason. Alright? Abnormal use. So, first thing first, the scripture says the gift and callings of God are what? Irrevocable. Without repentance, another translation will say. Every one of us in this room will have a purpose. That purpose is like your true north. For the science people, they know what I mean by true north. When you're sailing, that's what they call it, a compass. The true north, that's the one that guides you, you know where you're going. That purpose is what will determine the person to travel with you in the journey of life. We don't just marry because the guy is broad shoulders, 7-step, or 7-pack. Is it no 6-pack? Now people have moved to 8-pack now. To 8-pack and 12. Up to the neck like this, everywhere is gym. Alright? That is good, but at the long run, is this person relevant for your future? That is why you see some people, when they get married without understanding their purpose, when they now begin to enter into their purpose, they now find out that the woman or the man is not fit for where they are. Because they marry for their present, they do not think about their future. Am I making sense? Marriage is so critical. So the first thing, we need to understand our purpose. How will you know your purpose? It's a very simple thing. What is that thing that creates passion, that excites you, that when you see it, you want to solve that problem? It may be a pointer in the direction of your purpose. What is that skill that you have? What is that thing that you can do without stress? Some of you are so good with music. When you listen, some people can play any instrument, but they have an ear for music. They can tell you the right thing. Some people are good with colors. Once they walk into your room, no, that's not good. It's just natural. Other people have to study it. You have it naturally. Those are your potential. That may be a pointer to your purpose. But the ultimate way to find out your purpose is to spend time with God. Because you always find out from the manufacturer the intention of the product. Am I correct? The best person to find out the purpose of this phone is the person who manufactured it. Spend time with God and say, God, why am I even here? Why am I here? Why did I go through this family? Why did I have this experience? What makes me unique? What makes me different? Everyone in this room has unique fingerprints. God is so meticulous. He's so specific. He doesn't make duplicates. When he gave Moses an instruction to build the temple, he told him specifically the colors to use, the shape. When he gave instruction to Noah to build the ark, he told him the exact shape. He doesn't just say, okay, this one will work. No, he says specifically. God is so deliberate, very intentional. So once you find out your purpose, finding the right person now becomes a conversation you should be having. Okay? That is the starting point. I remember some years ago, staying in the wrong relationship. I remember some years ago, one particular lady was saying to me, she said that every time she calls, that they do a dating, she sends him a text, he doesn't respond to about 2 days. Usually this is not, people are shaking their life, really. Well, because once you are interested in somebody, the person becomes a priority. This person is not making you a priority, you are an option. I asked her a question, I said, what kind of a marriage do you want? She described it. Okay. I said, does this person look like the kind of person that can create this kind of marriage with you? She said, no. I said, so why are you spending time with him? I don't want to be lonely. Some people believe that when they are driving on the wrong road, if they exert a lot of energy, the road will change to where they are supposed to be going. Life does not work like that. You have to be on the right path. You cannot pray yourself into the right path. You have to, once you know that this is not the right path, choose the right, because God has given you the power to choose. He said, I put before you life and death, but I advise you to choose what? Life. He has given us the mind to make the call. Okay? That one person in whose presence you can be yourself, where you can think out loud, where you can be silly, you can be yourself, is one very good way of finding out who the person should be. So, what is the benefit of making the right call? It helps you to fulfill purpose. Before I met my wife, we were friends, we became so close, we were talking. In fact, I was telling her about other ladies I was interested in. Can you imagine? We were friends. The kind of friends that you can just be very open with. And I'm interested in this person. At a point, I was even recommending some brothers. God said, I really lose my destiny. I was recommending, I said, one day I went to go and visit her. I said, if you want to marry a good woman, his sister, I'm telling you. Some people can be very close to something and not see it too. I'm telling you. They can be in front of the opportunity like the thing will be in their face like this. Have you not seen those people that they write exam answer on the board? They say they're asking you, which one is the correct one? Your problem is fine. That's not how do I begin to explain? Because it's too complex. You don't even know which one is the right answer. One day, a question just came. This woman I'm this confident with, comfortable with, I will just, does she have the qualities I want in a wife? That's how God delivered me. So, I had a chat with her and she ran away. She said, brothers don't marry. I said, brother, about the assignment has changed now. You're not the you're no longer a counselor now. You're not the one. But what I'm trying to say is that someone in whose presence you are yourself, you can share your dreams, you can be vulnerable. It's a very good sign. Very good sign. Because marriage is built on quality friendship. Somebody that you can, both of you flow at a certain cerebral level, career level, you guys are flowing, social level. It's not as the guy is coming and telling you, you're going to the front, you're going to the front. You don't want your friends to see you. Who is it? He will come next meeting. Because you're not proud of him physically. Or the guy is just keeping you as you are the best kept secret. Who is this sister? Nobody knows you. You are just like one spirit. He's only talking to you on phone. He has never introduced you to any of his friends or his family. Nobody knows you. You are the best kept secret. It's not a good way to place to deal. Break every chain. Break every chain. Break every and come out from the closet. If you get it right here, you will be able to find someone to fulfill your purpose. That's why we are here. In the process of us talking, I found out that I'm passionate about marriage and relationships. She's passionate about marriage and relationships. In fact, our first degree dissertation was written about marriage. Can you imagine that? So once you have someone that you guys have similar purpose, it makes your life really, really easy. Instead of having someone that you're threatened by success. Some women, as they are succeeding, their husband is like, this lady is going to be any more than me. He's feeling insecure. Come on. You should be cheering her on. You should be rooting for her. Bring in the money. Bring in the money. What are we talking about? You know? Honestly. Work on your esteem. Work on your esteem. The problem is not if God has given you. So, do you know what it means to be a helpmate? Do you know the meaning of a helpmate? Someone that comes to help you on the journey of your life. And she's bringing resources. My wife, if I give you the statistics of my wife, her degree, her pedigree, and now we are making a family decision. Only me, myself, and I will be making decision. Am I okay? All this fineness, all this intelligence kept in my life. What are we saying? See, being a woman does not make someone less quality. A man and a woman are the same. Why? What makes us who we are is the spirit of God in us. And it does not have female and male spirits. What is different is the physical vessel. One is weaker, one is stronger. But the spirit that is inside is from God. It does not have inferior spirit, superior spirit. It's just that within a family, God has put a structure that the man is the head. It doesn't mean inferior. There are some of you who are working right now. Your bosses, you know that they are not superior to you. It's just that that's the position they are holding. Somebody has to steer the ship. It doesn't make you. In fact, sometimes it's your own idea that they run with. Is that correct? But you are not the one, you are not the leader. That's how life is. Okay? So, very important. It will improve your mental health. I'm telling you, if you are in a situation like every time people are quarreling, who left you here? Who left sickness here? Hey, that's what you are doing every day. As you are coming home, this is how you will look at. Is it at home? It's at home again. Maybe you were smiling before you were listening to music, you were doing, Lord, you are the Lord. God. I know you can just do your face like this. Because you are trying to build a defense to protect yourself. How long will you be doing that? Mental health. During COVID, many people were breaking up. Why? They've never been in the same space for a long period of time. We were writing, we were enjoying, we were working together. You know what? I wrote something on Facebook during that time. I said, don't marry somebody you cannot isolate with. You cannot stay in the same lockdown rooms. That if you or two of you, they say there is a national lockdown for 2 weeks. You cannot stand the person. You need prayers. Effective parenting. When couples are together, they are able to parent right, because it's not like this person will be trying to colonize the children, saying something. When the father says no, the children will go and beat the mother. The mother will say, yes. Because you are trying to win them. That is breeding factions, Labour Party, Conservative, within your home. Because you are not together. This is very critical. Career progression. When I was doing my PhD, that was one of the very challenging times where we're doing that. I was doing like 2-3 jobs, trying to do that, while my wife was working. My wife was supporting me because usually we do shopping together, we do everything. So at that point, she was doing more of the lifting because I had to get this thing done. Guess what? I said, man, I don't want to be that guy where, hey, Dr. Victor Akunna, and then you look at your wife, because she has supported you all the way, her career is stalled. I said, no, you have to do yours as well. So, while she was doing her own LPC, legal practice course. Can you imagine, after you wear that, and you look, you've grown so much, the spouse that is supposed to be with you is not, you are saying, hello, then she's saying, is and was. You know what is and was? Okay, sorry, how do I explain it? They are speaking English that is not making sense because they've not developed themselves. There is a huge mental gap. Okay, then you are able to grow together, just like I said.